Hello, internet. Is the internet working? We're out in the bush. Is it working? Has anyone got me? I'm just going to keep going and hopefully there's someone there and you can hear me. So, what's happening this morning? Well, you're not getting the pretty camped version of me. You're getting bed and yoga hair me. I did 20 minutes of Vinyasa flow today this morning and I fixed my back. So if anyone's forgotten, yoga really fucking works. I will drop a link to my favorite yoga teacher in the comments. You can do yoga in your lounge room for 20 minutes a day. You don't need fancy classes and you certainly don't need $100 pants. Morning, China. Hi, everyone. So the reason I'm videoing you so early today is because, like a Looney Tune, I was up at 2 in the morning. I went to bed at 10 like a good girl. And then I woke bolt upright at 2 in the morning and had the urge to check the internet, of course. So I was awake till 4:30. Fuck knows what was going on there. I could just feel stuff happening in the world. So anyway, I went back to bed at 4:30 and got up at 8. But I saw a lot of people online in the middle of the night. So if you're having trouble sleeping, you're not alone. I've got 2 very important messages to give you this morning. I'm just going to stop walking the bike. It makes it hard. The first one is that the bushfires were actually really good for us in Australia, and I'm going to tell you why, and don't shoot me down until you've heard the theory. Look at Bruno. Bruno, we're going to stay here for a minute, bubby. He's like, why aren't we going down the path? So the reason why the bushfires were really good for what's happening now is that they completely proved our government's incompetency. And what I believe is that more of us are listening to international news now about what this virus is, and I actually believe that more of us are self-isolating in Australia than would have if we had some leadership during the bushfires. Yesterday was ridiculous. Bondi Beach, the cruise ship. There's so many theories. There's a really great article which I'll share in the comments as well about the 3 tactics Australia can take at this point and how none of them are actually ideal for either the disease, or the economy, but that some of them have less risks than others. So I'll put that in there, but basically the easiest way out of this is to lock it fucking down right now. And I think most of us are on board with that. So I actually think we are, dare I say it, slightly fortunate that our government showed themselves up to be such fuckwits a few months ago, because now a lot of us are taking it into our hands. So that's that part. And the other thing is, I really need to tell you guys about this whole landlord hate thing that's going around. The people who are hating on landlords obviously do not get how the whole debt system works. And I don't blame them, because if they hate on landlords, they've probably never been one. They've probably been renting their whole life. And I understand where that hate comes from. But let me just tell you my story with all that. I was kicked out of home at 16, like a lot of other people in my generation, actually. We didn't live at home till we were 25. We were out there fending for ourselves with 3 fucking jobs at 16. I can list countless people in my network who had that same beginning that I did. No matter how good their home life was, that was just what happened to a lot of us. Anyway, so I've been homeless twice in my life, right? Back then when I was 16, and then a few years ago through other situations. But I have rented for 20 years. I have been an amazing tenant. I've looked after gardens. I've always paid my rent. Good morning. And so I've been a tenant for 20 years. I have also been a landlord, because when I left my booking job at Miss Libertine, I knew I was going to be freelance, and I knew that I wouldn't be able to borrow a bank loan unless I got it right then while I was in that salary job. So I did, but guess what, everyone? I didn't have enough money to buy in Melbourne. Fucking Melbourne's through the roof. Getting puffed now. There's a bench up here. I'll sit down in a sec. I don't want to yell at you, sorry. So anyway, I bought an investment property in Brisbane, outside of Brisbane, in Logan, if anyone knows Logan. Its other name is Bogan. And I was a landlord for 5 years. And Most of the time, being a landlord is fucking shit. Like, you've got, and the problem with this system is all the middlemen. It's not the landlord. I mean, if I'm honest with you, I don't trust real estate agents as far as I can throw them. I'm crying because real estate agents are such fuckwits. But yeah, landlords, like, dude, most landlords are paying off a mortgage as well, which is just like rent, actually, except that one day you own it. It's just been really upsetting to see all the vitriol about landlords when even someone who owns 2 or 3 properties, you don't know their financial or health situation. What if the reason that they did that was because they actually can't physically work, and so to put their money into properties and allow other people to live in them? Anyway, I'm not here to defend landlords or to bag real estate agents, really. I mean, not all landlords are good people, just like not all renters are good tenants. My renters in Logan were fucking assholes. They left burnt out car bodies, holes in walls. They never aired the house out and were constantly complaining about mold. Owning that house for 5 years was not a good investment for me, and it was a fucking nightmare. But I did it. I did that on my own. I bought my first investment property alone with no financial help. Now, skip forward to me being a homeowner for the last 3 years, and on my Skype date yesterday, which went very well, by the way, we were talking about how when you're 40, you pretty much have not bought a property completely on your own. Almost all of us who are my age and who own a place, we've had some kind of financial leg up at some point. You know, when I did have that to buy a house in Melbourne, I sold my investment property in Brisbane. I was homeless again for a few months, but not quite. Thank you, Ari and Tab, for taking me in. And I bought a place in Melbourne. But the only way that I got that money from my family was by finding out I was a bastard and then being disowned. So you tell me what's better, sitting in a house that you own or knowing that your family gave you up because of it? You know, like, it's a pretty bittersweet sort of emotion to be in. So anyway, back to the landlord thing. The landlords themselves aren't the problem. The system of debt is the problem. We've got the banks, we've got the government, we've got the banks, we've got the landlords, we've got the real estate agents, and then we have the tenants. Every single person in this is a multi-degree thing of separation. If you just stop paying rent to your landlords, what the fuck do you think is going to happen? They're going to default on their mortgage, and they might be out of their home as well. So, you know, I feel it. I don't think we need to have people owning 5, 6 properties in this country. I really don't. Which is why, for me, the idea of just having a home, one home that I live in, has always been the goal. Why? Because I was homeless at 16. So for me, having a place is a safe space, which is why I always want my house to be a safe space for anyone that needs it, which is why I have a spare room. So, like, I'm offering it to y'all now. I have a spare room. My place is a fucking sanctuary. There's no violence and there's no lying and dumb shit in my house. And it's really important for me that it's like that because I've never had that. Oh, as in I didn't have that growing up. But I certainly made a hell of a lot of share houses, some beautiful families in the meantime. So thank you to all the people who I share house with in those 20 years. And by the way, Mitch had a baby yesterday. Mitch is like my little brother after living together. So big love to Mitch and Taji. Very, very happy news in the middle of all this drama. So yeah, I just want to say, like, you need to really look at your landlord bias. Landlords are not all, I mean, it's a bit tricky right now. I was thinking of this analogy this morning. Real estate agents are assholes, right? Parking ticket inspectors and Met cops, assholes, right? Why are they assholes? We're not judging the individual people. We are judging them based on them signing up to a system that we don't agree with ethically. And this is why I will always be an all cops are bad person. I don't think every cop is a cunt, but I do think that to sign up to police humanity and toe that line, you have got to be a certain kind of individual. And I feel the same way about real estate agents. Real estate agents they're not honest. They fucking lie through their teeth. And this is why they can't be trusted. As individuals, I'm sure they're beautiful people, you know. So yeah, I think we need to watch out with the landlord hate. I saw a thread that really upset me yesterday. This poor woman, she's worked so fucking hard for her property and to rent it out to people, and she's actually getting emotionally distressed with all this landlord hate. Like, honestly, if you haven't ever owned a property, you might just not understand the intricacies of it all. I tried to be a really good landlord. I fixed anything the minute they needed it, but I still got owed my entire bond every time they moved out. And my real estate agents were so bogany that they didn't even do a proper inspection, so I could never claim on that, you know? So anyway, I just want to talk about these groups of ideals. Like, have a think about it, you know? I see Sham saying Met cops and parking inspectors. Yeah, but what is the difference between, honestly, real estate agents and regular cops? Like, as a whole, I don't adhere to what they want to do, you know? But it certainly doesn't mean I need to be rude to any cops or anything. Like, at the end of the day, they hold the power, yeah? So you got to just cooperate with these people sometimes to get what you want. Anyway, it's absolutely raining out here, which is going to be great for my hairdo, y'all. So I'm probably going to go, but I just really want everyone to really think about what other people are going through. Everyone who's posting family stuff, just have a moment where you consider those of us that don't have any family. Yeah? Just think about it, because it's fucking hard right now. It's hard not to have a family. It's hard not to have anyone in your domestic space when you're locked down. It's hard, okay? So those of you with families, just have a little moment. And if you are a single solo traveler like me, please connect with me, because I'm here for you as well. Okay, gonna ride my bike in the rain and do something about this great hair. Bye! See you later, everyone.